He stood beside me in the boardroom, holding my hand like the perfect, supportive fiancé, while secretly planning to rip away everything I had built. The man I was supposed to marry in 3 months tried to steal my company, destroy my reputation, and leave me with nothing, all so he could start a luxurious new life with another woman. He thought I was weak. He thought I would crumble. He had no idea who he was messing with. My name is Elena Voss. At 33, I founded and built Voss CyberShield from nothing into a $28 million AI cybersecurity company in just 6 years. I poured my soul, my savings, and countless sleepless nights into this company. And the man I loved more than anything, my fiancé, Damian Cross, tried to take it all from me. It started 6 months before our wedding. Damian was charming, successful, and worked as my chief strategy officer. I trusted him completely. I gave him access to every account, every contract, and even made him a 15% shareholder as a pre-wedding gift. I thought we were building an empire together. I was wrong. I first sensed something was off when I noticed strange transactions, large payments to fake consulting firms I had never approved. Documents with my forged signature. I told myself I was just stressed from closing a massive government contract that could 10x our company. Then came the night that shattered everything. I returned early from a conference in Singapore. When I walked into our penthouse, I heard Damian on the phone in the bedroom, speaking softly and lovingly to someone else. Once the company is transferred into my control, we can sell it off. Sophia, baby, we'll have more than enough money to start our real life together. Elena will never recover from this. She's too trusting. I stood there in the dark hallway, still holding my suitcase, feeling my entire world collapse. The man I planned to spend forever with was plotting to destroy me so he could run away with another woman, a woman named Sophia. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I quietly left, checked into a hotel, and started planning my revenge. The next morning, I walked into the office smiling like nothing had happened. But behind the scenes, I moved like a shadow. I immediately hired Rebecca Langford, the most feared corporate attorney in the city. Within 3 days, she uncovered the full betrayal. Damian had been forging my signatures, transferring shares and secretly scheduling a board meeting to vote me out as CEO. He had already lined up buyers ready to purchase 65% of the company for $18 million. He and Sophia planned to split the money and disappear to Europe. He had even changed the beneficiary on my company life insurance. Worst of all, he had been leaking our most sensitive AI algorithms to a competitor to devalue the company before the sale. I was heartbroken, but I turned that pain into ice-cold focus. Rebecca looked at me and asked, "How ruthless do you want to be?" I answered without blinking, "Destroy him." We spent the next 3 weeks setting the perfect trap. I continued playing the loving, clueless fiancé. I let him kiss me, hold me, and believe he was winning. Meanwhile, my legal team gathered ironclad evidence, hidden recordings, forensic document analysis, digital footprints, and financial trails. The day of his planned coup finally arrived. Damian called an emergency board meeting. He walked in wearing a tailored suit, looking every bit the future king of my company. Sophia was waiting for him downstairs in the parking garage. He stood at the head of the table and began his speech with fake concern dripping from his voice. Unfortunately, due to Elena's recent emotional instability and poor decision-making, I'm proposing we vote her out as CEO and install myself as the new leader while we explore a strategic sale. The room fell, silent. Then I walked in. The look on Damian's face when he saw me was pure shock and followed by fear. "Elena, what are you doing here?" he stammered. I smiled sweetly. "Attending my own company's board meeting." "Is that a problem, darling?" Before he could recover, Rebecca entered with 2 federal agents and thick folders of evidence. I looked him straight in the eyes and said, "You made 3 fatal mistakes, Damian. First, you underestimated me. Second, you thought my love made me blind. Third, you forgot that I built this company with my bare hands. I know every single line of code, every contract, and every hidden backdoor." The evidence was presented mercilessly. Forged documents, secret wire transfers, audio recordings of him and Sophia planning my destruction, videos of him leaking confidential files, messages where he called me naive, easy to manipulate, and joked about how he would leave me broken after the wedding. The board members, people I had hired, mentored, and trusted, turned against him instantly. Security dragged him out of the building while he shouted threats and curses. In the parking garage, federal agents arrested both him and Sophia for fraud, industrial espionage, and conspiracy, but I still wasn't finished. 2 weeks later, we met for the final blow in the same conference room. Damien arrived with his expensive lawyer, still arrogant, still wearing the expensive watch I had gifted him. He thought he could negotiate. I slid the documents across the table. "You have 2 options," I said calmly. 1, you sign over your 15% shares back to me for $1. You resign immediately. You agree to never work in cybersecurity or technology again. And you pay back every cent you tried to steal plus massive penalties. He smirked. Or, I leaned forward, my voice cold as steel. Or I hand everything to the prosecutors. You'll both face 12 to 18 years in federal prison. Sophia is already singing like a bird to save herself. She's offered full testimony against you. His face turned ghostly white. He begged, he cried. He reminded me of our plans, our love, our future. I looked at him with zero emotion and said, "You didn't just try to steal my company. You tried to erase me. You tried to destroy the life I built while planning to marry me. Now I'm erasing you." He signed the papers with shaking hands. Within a month, I regained full ownership of Voss Cyber Shield. The government contract came through even bigger than expected. The company's valuation shot past $42 million. Damien lost everything. His reputation was ruined in the industry. Sophia left him the moment the scandal exploded. Last I heard, he was working as a low-level sales executive in a different state. Living in a small rented apartment, his dreams of wealth and luxury completely destroyed. I didn't feel happiness when I heard about his downfall. I felt justice. Today, I sit in the same CEO chair where he tried to bury me. The company is stronger, more secure, and more successful than ever. I've tightened every system, hired people who are truly loyal, and learned the hardest lesson of my life. Never give anyone, not even the man you plan to marry, unchecked power over what you built with your own blood and tears. Revenge isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, calculated, elegant, and absolutely devastating. Damien wanted to steal my empire to build a new life with another woman. Instead, he lost everything. And I got my company back, my power back, and the sweetest satisfaction imaginable, knowing that the man who tried to destroy me is now living in the ashes of the life he tried to steal from me. Karma doesn't just arrive. Sometimes she walks into the boardroom wearing heels, looks the traitor in the eye, and makes him sign his own destruction. That was the ultimate revenge.